My word. My Lord. My God. It seems fitting that this is take 3. I was about to record earlier today, quite a while ago now. I was about to record, had my finger hovering over the record button, and then I heard a ring of the bell. I heard the doorbell, the ring of the postman. And oh baby, it's a lapel mic, all of my own. I've been waiting for it. I was thinking like, I'll record one more video with the handheld mic to see, just to get it done for the day. You know, point of this obviously is just to ramble on for 20 minutes or so, talk about what's in my head. So I thought I'll use the handheld mic. But then just as I go to record, oh, there's a lapel mic for me. And then I did some tests. And they were distorted as fuck. And I've been trying to figure out how the fuck I'm going to use the thing. I think I figured it out. I don't think the quality's quite there. And I'm really annoyed by that. But what did I expect at the price tag? But I realized, okay, I have to wear a shirt so that I can clip it on. T-shirt's not working very well. That's fine. I think I've figured out how to edit the audio so it sounds a little bit better. Cool. And then I recorded a 20-minute one, and I was like, I don't know if that's it. Oh well, it is what it is. And so then I sat down and I'm gonna have some lunch. But then I thought, I'm gonna record while I make my lunch, and I did that. And you're gonna see some footage of that if you're watching this rather than listening to the audio podcast. You will see that I cooked while I was recording, and that was fun. Something to do with my hands, keep my brain moving, shut the fuck up for a bit. I mean, I didn't shut the fuck up. My brain shut the fuck up. Just allowed me to run my mouth. But I forgot to turn the fucking microphone on. Fucking hell, mate. I am not easy to anger. I really try and avoid angry outbursts. I hate them. I don't want that in my repertoire at all. But I was fucking livid when I realized, okay, this one has audio, but it's not the microphone, it's my phone's audio. And then this one has no audio at all. And I rambled on for 20 minutes or so about feeling frustrated with the tools, battling with the tools, that I'm a firm believer, at least for myself, and that's kind of the point here, that for myself, I want things to go as smoothly as possible. I mean, obviously everyone does, but I say that in a sense of lack of barriers to getting the creativity done. So like I think some people really, this is such a different tone. I was much more lively and chirpy at the start of the second shot, the second recording. This third one is almost reluctant to do it, but fitting of the topic. I think some people actually find they enjoy like the tediousness of certain processes. I think of that as a good example of like film, recording with film or shooting with film rather than shooting digitally. I know some photographers who still prefer to shoot with film, which we all know is far more tedious. But that's part of it. That adds a certain texture to it, obviously, and I think they find it very inspiring to use that material. And my example of this would be using synthesizers. I've owned synthesizers, I've used synthesizers, and I do not enjoy using synthesizers. I like what's in the box. I still use synths, but they're software synths, and I use presets. I do not create my own sound with synths. I use presets, slap some effects on, keep moving. I want my ideas out so quickly. If there's any hindrance to the creative process for me, and then it just, I wonder how distorted that was on the microphone. Lord knows we're gonna find out. I'm sorry if it's all fucked up. Oh, Christ. If there's any hindrance, if there's any barriers from like idea to final product, from A to B, I can't do it. I need things to be snappy. Which is why I really like the idea of getting this lapel mic and recording this way. You know, this format is supposed to just be a creative journal, me rambling, getting the thoughts out, and putting them into this final product out there as fast as possible. To actually embrace the rawness of that. It could be called lazy. And in a sense, yeah, sort of. This is. Not all my creative projects are, but this one certainly is. But because of that style, because of that rawness to the actual content itself, any hindrance to it absolutely ruins the flow, completely destroys it, completely destroys the whole purpose of it. And so finding out that 2 separate videos were unusable, unbelievable. I don't know if I'm happy with this mic either, to be honest. I don't know if I'm happy with this mic. I'm really quite frustrated by it. And I think you can probably tell, I'm sure, if you've listened before, that the audio I don't think is as good. Which makes sense. I'm using other microphones, better microphones. I was using better microphones, but they are more of a hassle. I have to hold one, can't do anything with my hands. I couldn't put this lid on to this little kettle. That would be impossible. It would be completely impossible. I'd be a fool to believe I could try. And I had to have an interface plugged in. Also another hassle. God help me, if I find out that this video, I'm just thinking, if I find out this video's audio is fucked up, I'm gonna lose my mind. It makes sense, audio is better. I'm hoping this audio is okay. Do let me know. Comment if you're like, I get that the process is now better for you. I feel that for you. Fantastic for you. But the audio is shite, mate. Please take it back to what it was. In that case, I will take it back to what it was. I will use that handheld. Or maybe I'll shake it up. Maybe I'll do some segments with this, some segments with something else. It's something that Noah, who is the main inspiration for this video format, does. You know, he does other things, other tasks, and then voice over it. Maybe I'll do that. That creates more workload. I don't know if that's what I want. Because there has to be no barrier from idea to final product. I think it's okay to decide which projects get that effort. That's okay. Some projects are allowed to be low effort, and maybe one day they will be higher effort, you know? But I think about this with like mixing, especially mixing music. That I could do a lot more. I could do a lot more mixing. I could go in with a fine-tooth comb and get everything perfect. But would that stop me making more music? And would it mean I do less of other things? However, would it mean that other people pay attention to it more because it sounds better? Possibly. Same with this video. Is this going to be, the fact that it's low effort, going to be very off-putting to certain people? Yeah, possibly. I'm not sure. I think, yeah, you decide where your energy goes. But because of that, when you do decide when something does not want to be super high effort, best way to do that is like through mad efficiency. And I hate like getting mad efficient just to feel super productive. That just feels like some capitalist bullshit, doesn't it? You want to enjoy the process. Yeah, you want to enjoy the process. You want to enjoy the process. Obviously. But when the process is tedious and if it takes you out of the actual project, there's always tedious parts. There's always tedious parts, and they are unavoidable sometimes. But I think it's best to avoid them. If possible. If you can get away with not doing the tedious part, I mean, you decide your worth, you decide the value. How much better will the project be if I do this tedious part? And how much time have I got, and how much energy have I got, and how much do I need to care about this project right now? Is it allowed to be a bit of a throwaway? That's not the worst thing. There's a beauty to just raw, unedited, creative stuff. Be it a live performance, be it just like the first demo takes, you know, like when a famous band releases demo takes of some classic tracks, and everyone's like, oh, cool. I get to hear the rawness. I get to hear the real, just unedited idea. That's pretty cool. I guess in that case, though, they've already put out the fantastic work, so maybe it's a bit different. I'm not sure. But there truly is nothing that kills the project and all of my energy more than fighting with the tools. Hence this fucking video, and I went on a very calm, relaxed discussion. It's only me. Relaxed little rant about it as I was making my lunch. Some fried potatoes, some peas, and a sausage. Oh, a little bit of bread. Ooh. Might give me indigestion later. That's fine. I'm prepared for that. Went on a nice little rant about it very calmly, and then to find out it was all gone. I'm shocked that I'm doing this. I'm shocked that I'm recording again. Third time. Third time's the charm? Is that the thing? I know that's the thing. I know third time's the charm. I'd prefer it if it was the first time. So fighting with the tools is obviously, that's a separate thing in a sense. Like, you should be using tools that you don't need to fight with. You want to buy the best shit, though that's obviously down to cash as well. You want to buy the best materials and the best tools so you don't have to fight with your tools. But I think it also speaks to how you like working. I've set up you can have a look. This is my desk. It's very uncluttered for the most part. You know, it could be more minimalist, but I'm trying to get away from minimalism as just a general concept when it comes to decor or even art. I like some clutter. I like some clutter that feels organic, lived in, a bit unedited, a bit raw. Much like the point of these rambly podcasts. But the desk is set up very much so that the things that I want to do, primarily music, is I click one button that powers the microphone, sends the phantom power to the microphone. I turn my headphones up, and away we go, baby. And it goes into Ableton, and Ableton is set up so efficiently. And I've spent so many years getting good at like hotkeys and stuff like that. I'm a firm believer of just like what works for me is what is fast. Whatever is fastest, whatever I do not need to fight with. Yeah, I try not to get ever try and get angry. I never try and keep that shit in check. And I am hard to anger by people, I think. But tools, I lose my fucking mind. I'm gonna make sure, is the light still on? Light's still on. Good. Tools infuriate me. And especially programs, like programs that I have to wrangle, is just, there's little hope. There is little hope for my sanity and for a project to be completed. I used to really want to do animation. I was really quite keen on trying to do some animation. And the tool sets available that were cheap or free for a starting artist were just clunky as hell. Jank City baby, Jank City limits. And it killed it, completely killed it for me. I can't do it. I can't wrestle with it. And I really admire people who actually can though. Like I actually admire people who can work within some considerable restraints, creatively speaking. People who build like working computers, who can run Doom in Minecraft. The tedium of that, which is the point. This is actually the point of the whole process. Is that if that was easy and quick, then it wouldn't be good. It wouldn't mean anything. The fact that it's tedious is the art. And I like that. I like that idea. I watched a video recently. Oh, I'm gonna drop this video in the comments in the description. I hope, if I remember. By Bobby Fingers, and he makes a giant Jeff Bezos head sculpture that is a rowboat. I think this is the best content that is on YouTube. I think this is the best content, some of the best content that is on the internet, full stop. It is so of the platform, but it is, the level of work that went into it is insane. We're talking like hand sculpting the pores in the skin and sticking each individual hair of the eyebrows in. And it makes an incredible final product. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful, amazing thing. And it's interesting, like that. I think it wouldn't be as good if there wasn't that level of tedious work that went into it. There is a meticulousness to it that really elevates the work to a higher standard. That's fucking cool as hell. I don't know if I have that in me though. I just don't think I have that in me to just to go over with a fine-tooth comb and do these things. I think I would lose my mind. I think I would lose my mind. I would certainly lose interest. So I think that's good to recognize. Try and recognize that in your own process. Like, what do you need in order to get the thing done? If you make raw art because that's kind of where your head's at, then that's fine. That's cool. And if that's the case, then yeah, you don't want to be fighting your goddamn tools. Anyway, all right. I think that's where I'm going to wrap up that thought and this episode, because I'm frustrated and I have no time. I have to fucking go. Which is fine. Whatever. And this doesn't matter. I don't need to put this out. I don't need to make this video at all. I'm just pushing myself to do it because I want to get it done. Maybe it's going to drop tomorrow, in which case for you it will have dropped today. What you understand? I feel like the second recording was better. Second recording was great. I was really happy with it. It's gone now. Doesn't matter. It's fine. Hey, just one thing. I would love to ask a little favor, that if you have watched this is not to like boost the algorithm or any shit, but I'm genuinely really excited by this format. Putting the audio, putting the podcast now in more like a visual format on YouTube, and actually having some comments potentially to actually respond to. If you're watching this, I would love a couple of comments about what you're working on. Any thoughts from this video that you want to unpack more? What's going on? What tools are you frustrated with at the moment? And how have you found ways of getting around them? And then I will respond in the comments, but I'll respond in the next video. It'll be a huge, I just think it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be fun. And if it's not fun, don't do it again. I feel like my tone is just not where it wants to be today. I'm sorry about that. I'm very frustrated at this little microphone. It better have fucking worked this time. This has been In the Back of My Head podcast. Hope you've enjoyed it. I'll probably see you next time.